Hey guys, this is another edition of BROCR Heroes. I am here with Christine Galgano, and she has an amazing story. Why don't you kind of tell everyone what you've been through so far?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been a D1 soccer athlete my whole life. I was running track in high school, I was doing track in college. I started getting really sick when I moved back from London after studying there while I was playing soccer. And doctors didn't really know what was wrong with me. I was losing circulation in my hands.
Did they try, like, you had too many fish and chips?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was getting seasick.
Oh, yeah.
And so they ran some blood tests. Finally, I found a doctor who figured out I had mixed connective tissue disease. So I was having symptoms of like lupus, scleroderma, myelitis, all these different types of.
So you were pretty much on an episode of House.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's never lupus.
Is House nice? Is he nice?
He's so nice.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he came to visit me. I saw infectious diseases in the hospital. So then I started getting really sick in March of my senior year of college. I was still doing CrossFit when I could, but then my health went downhill. I couldn't walk very far without losing breath. My resting heart rate was about 155. I had fevers over 103, 104 for about 2 months straight. I was sleeping 16 hours a day. So finally when I got home, they decided to admit me to the hospital, which was a battle. They didn't want to admit me at first because they told me nothing was wrong with me. So yeah, they were taking all the blood out of my body. I was there for 10 days and they still had no idea what was wrong with me. So then from there, my rheumatologist pulled me out of the hospital. He told me I had a really rare form of lupus that only 5% of people in the world with lupus has.
Wow, you really hit the lottery.
Oh yeah, I got the best genes, thanks Mom. And so from there, I went to an oncologist. They told me they'd give me 1,000 milligrams of steroids of methylprednisone for 3 days in a row. And on the third day I went in, I was cleared to get chemotherapy. So I started 2 treatments of chemotherapy at 6 hours one day, and then 2 weeks later it was 6 hours that day. After that, my symptoms improved. About 3 or 4 months later, I slowly was able to walk again, starting to lift myself off the couch, being able to get up without any assistance. Chemotherapy was a really painful time. The side effects were unbelievable. I was writhing in pain in bed, but it was just, looking to the future and what was to come of it once I started getting healthy. And from there, I started slowly walking again, going on bikes at the gym. I was on the treadmill walking, and then in about January, February, I was able to lift light weights. And then in April, I did the Jersey Beast.
So that's something, you obviously went through this like long, arduous process of just trying to get healthy, and then after that you started to try to improve your health.
Yeah.
So after you started taking those steps to actually like get back in the gym, like what kind of pushed you into OCR?
I had a friend of mine who was constantly bugging me to do Spartan races in college, but with soccer schedule and classes, it wasn't feasible. So a couple of my friends were like, this is something you should strive for. Like, you should just come check it out. I think you'd really enjoy it. So I went to volunteer at the Jersey Beast. I was like, I'll get a free race credit. I'll race in the future. And then being on the mountain for half of the day, I saw all walks of life, shapes and sizes, attempting this course. And I called my mom and I was like, I'm going to kick myself in the butt if I really don't try this. So I signed up for the last heat of the day, went out there, finished in the dark 6 hours later, but I got through it.
Nice. So that's one of the things that we've kind of noticed is that people who get involved in OCR, like there's all sorts of people. I've seen people who like are missing almost all of their limbs.
Yeah.
People who are 80 years old. It's just this wide swatch of people who come out and do these races. So having been through what you've been through, what do you think about whenever you're out on the course? Because I know a lot of people are like, this is a sufferfest, this is so horrible, but having actually literally gone through a sufferfest, like how do you kind of keep that in perspective on the course? Like what goes through your mind?
Usually with the first mile, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why did you do this? This is miserable. I'm like waiting for like that runner's high to kick in. But it's always the thought of, you can do this, you've been through so much worse. And I just think about like that medal around my neck and adding it to the collection of medals I have, and I just want to keep doing it to show other people, especially people with lupus and other diseases like that you can do anything you set your mind to. You're facing these obstacles with your own body, but if you keep pushing yourself, you can achieve great things. It's not a disease that's going to hold you back.
what do you want to say to someone who's watching this right now who may have a very similar condition, who may literally have some type of not terminal cancer, but cancer that can be cured, that's fighting for their life right now? Like, what do you have to say to them?
I would honestly say, keep believing, use your support systems around you. That's extremely important. As long as you believe in yourself and you keep fighting and keep pushing in your own mind, that's the biggest thing. Like, if I had given up, I think I would have just succumbed to the lupus. The doctors told my parents that I wasn't going to make it. So that was the biggest thing for me. Then coming out of it, like, you have your best days and your worst days. So on your highs, stay humble, and on your lows, stay hopeful, and just keep pushing.
Awesome. So just keep pushing. That's what Christine wants everyone to know. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you so much for such a wonderful interview, and we look forward to seeing you out on the course tomorrow.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Anytime.